if you've been feeling God calling you, but you just feel like you're not good enough to come to God because of the way you're living or what you've heard, here's your daily bread. On Psalm 51:10, it says, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me." So basically, when you come to God, when Jesus is calling you, you come as you are. God is love. So Jesus wants you to come just as you are. He doesn't expect you to change anything. You don't change before you come to him. You change after you come to him. So basically, yes, you will be changed. Change is something that is inevitable when you come to Christ. That's just, sometimes churches want to act like you can just stay the same, and that's fine, but I'd like to argue that if you are attending church every Sunday but there's no change, you haven't really opened up your heart to God. So I wouldn't stay there if I were you. But basically, here we learn that you ask God to renew your heart, to give you a new heart. God gave you free will. You have free will. He's not going to make you change. You can most definitely go to church all the time and have no change in your life. That is totally possible. God is not going to force you. Only because you say a little sinner's prayer and you say you accept Jesus, that doesn't mean that change is just automatically going to happen. It's you're working with God together. You are granting access into the pieces of your brain and of your heart that need to be transformed. So you're asking God to give you a new heart, and as he gives you a new heart, those things that you would not think that you can let go of right now, because you can't let go of them in your own strength, your heart will no longer desire them. So basically, you're just allowing God into your heart to start the transformation, and when the transformation comes, not of your own, you will stop desiring the things that you're supposed to let go of. And it's not going to happen overnight. It can happen overnight. Everyone's walk is different. So it can definitely happen overnight, but it can also happen over a period of time, months, years. God has a purpose for everyone and has a story for everyone, and depending on how much you can handle is how much you will transform, and depending on how much you allow for him to transform is how much he will transform. But yes, you come as you are. It doesn't matter anything that you're doing, whatever your lifestyle looks like. If Christ is calling you, come to him as you are, and do not feel condemned. The enemy will come and try to tell you, oh, you think you're doing anything when you're still doing this and you're still doing that. No, the devil is a freaking liar. The devil is a liar, and you don't have to listen to that. You can, as long as you're genuinely asking God to transform you and surrendering your life, making Jesus the Lord of your life, as long as you are actually genuinely doing that and seeking after God, he will open the doors, he will answer, he will give you the gifts. If you are asking for a renewed heart and mind, God is going to give you that. He's not, and he doesn't work in our timing, so sometimes we just want to see the answer right away. But we need to know that sometimes things take time, and also sometimes there are prerequisites to things happening. So we may be praying for Z, but X and Y have to happen first. So then we pray for C, and then X happens, and you're like, what's happening? it's happening, it's coming. It's not coming the way that we think it. We need to understand, when we give our lives to God, we need to understand that we don't know his mind. Like, we are just humans. There's no way that we're going to understand. And like, God is the only one that knows the end from the beginning. He's the only one that it makes sense to. So just come as you are, put your trust in him, ask him to renew your heart, ask him to give you a new mind. He will do it. He will do it. And just stay persistent and endure until the end. And I promise you that the person that you turn out to be, like the person that God actually created you to be, is so much better. I know you're looking for peace. I know you're looking for love. I know you're looking just for joy, and you cannot find it in these worldly things. You can't. And if you have been so blessed that Jesus has called you and has reeled you to him, and you have heard, like he has given you the ears to hear his call, heed that call. Do not ignore it. Trust me, it would be the best decision of your life. I promise you that. Bye.